Good morning, welcome back to KPBC. This morning we are going to do the Scarborough Three Peaks. Now this is my interpretation of what the Three Peaks is. We're obviously taking in the three, technically the highest points or viewpoints in Scarborough, which is going to be the Scarborough Castle, Oliver's Mount and Raincliffe Woods. How you get between the three is totally up to you. This is going to be my interpretation from a mountain bike perspective. You can ride this on a mountain bike, a gravel bike, you can walk or run it, whatever you want. It's roughly about 15 miles. It's a bright sunny morning and we're starting at the old corner cafe at North Bay, and we're going to go down Marine Drive and up to Scarborough Castle. You can start this from wherever you want, but this is where I choose to start and this is where I choose to end. So yeah, let's go. So starting at the North Bay, we're going to head down and around Marine Drive. Hopefully not too many pedestrians about today. It's one of them routes where you can either ride on the road if you want or ride on the path. Just obviously go careful if there's pedestrians around. Up to Scarborough Castle, which is one of the first peaks. It's not technically one of the highest or one of the top three highest points in Scarborough, but these three peaks are taking in what are either good viewpoints or literally a high point, which is what is Raincliffe Woods. And obviously Raincliffe Woods good for a bit of mountain biking. So we're going to head up to Scarborough Castle and we're going to go up the garden paths. Pretty direct route, to be honest. So just past these toilets here is where we're going to go in. Basically here. Hopefully you've had your porridge this morning, because this is quite a bit of a climb up. Nice and easy when you're on an e-bike, and there's a few little variations like that where you can, if you fancy testing yourself, you can have a go at it. So the Scarborough Three Peaks is, I've only just literally found out about it. I've heard about it on Facebook last couple of days, and obviously it's based on the Three Peaks Challenge in the Yorkshire Dales, but this is something a bit more local, obviously a lot easier, but it takes in really nice cross-country ride and viewpoints and key parts of Scarborough. So yeah, totally my interpretation of this, by the way, so I'm sure there's other people who've got variations on this, but I'm doing it from a bike perspective. So here we are, we're up at Scarborough Castle, and we are going to go up there and just show you the entrance to the castle. Unfortunately, I'm going to be walking it. So the entrance to the castle here, you see the castle up there. Obviously you've got to pay to go in here, and just for your information, pause on there if you want some more information about this castle. Worth a visit actually, it's really good. And it's not too expensive to go in. But yeah, once you're in there you can get a really good viewpoint across the bay. We're going to take the Doomer route down here. Steady away. And we're going to head down towards where the beginning of Marine Drive is now, which is down on the Scarborough Beach. So if you're riding this, obviously there are some steps to ride down, and being on a full suspension bike, that's not too much of a task as long as you go nice and slowly, but you do have the option to obviously get off and walk. Now I do know the steps down here get a little bit more steep, and there's more of them, there's a bit higher quantity of steps. Not rode these before, to be honest, so we'll see what they're like. Here we go. Not too bad, but nice and slow, steady as she goes. It would be problematic if there was people walking up here, but that's why I'm out early in the morning to get this done without too many pedestrians around. And here we are, we're dropping down onto Scarborough South Bay, and this is where Marine Drive starts at the other end. Now if you didn't want to go up all that route that I've just done, you can walk right across Marine Drive and then just go directly up these steps to the peak and then find another way back down again. So again, you could do this in whatever manner you want really. So now the plan is, I don't know if you can see it, but right over there, up on the top of that hill is the Oliver's Mount, and that's where we're heading next. That's our second peak. And we're basically going to follow the beach all the way along, taking the views of the harbour and the seafront. Nice and quiet at the moment. Yeah, lovely place to be. Lovely place. This is the main South Beach, the most popular one. Lots of arcades and amusements and cafes and stuff. Lots for the kids to do. Super busy in the school holidays and summer. Whereas the North Bay tends to be a little bit more quieter. A few cafes and things to do around there, and P-Zone Park. So we're heading over to the Scarborough Spa. Scarborough Spa is obviously a venue, entertainment venue for concerts and live comedians. Dates all the way back to Victorian age, where there used to be an actual spring spa. Folk used to come from far and wide to come bathe in the spa, I believe. Not that I was around to know these things. I'm not here to give you a history lesson, by the way, because I'm sure there's many more people who could do a better job than I can. But yeah, let's just have a quick stop. Yeah, beautiful. Right, we'll give this more of a coastal path a go and see whether we can get round. If not, we're going to have to turn back, and I won't be putting this section in the video. We'll put a different section in. So this is where the beach is here, and with the greatest skill in the world, I cannot get across the sand, so we're going to have to, it just digs in. So we're going to ride the wall, hopefully not get splashed at the same time. Yeah, we're all right actually. If it was a stormy day, I wouldn't recommend doing this. Right, let's see if I can get off here. Yeah. Easy peasy, Japanesey. Right, this is, it saddens me this bit actually, this is where the old open air swimming pool used to be. And back in the day, I mean even when I was a young lad, this was active, and it used to be a massive open swimming pool filled with fresh sea water, and all that side wall there was covered with buildings and changing rooms and facilities and stuff. There was massive diving boards. It was brilliant. A real blast from the past sort of feature for Scarborough, and yeah, not so long back it got, well, it was quite a while ago, maybe 10-15 years ago. It got filled in, and some bright spark put this star chart on the floor, which is of pretty much not a lot of interest to anyone. So yeah, bit of a shame. Everyone's got a different opinion on this obviously, but my opinion is I wish we could have done something with it and maintained that outdoor swimming pool. But yeah, money talks at the end of the day. So we're going to continue. So we're heading over to the bottom of Holbeck Hill, which is where the infamous hotel slide was, and this is the second bit of sand here, which I'm definitely not going to be able to ride. I am going to have to walk this, but we'll get to see how far we get in. Oh yeah, see, skiddy as hell now. Yeah, we're just digging in here. Perhaps let's get down here where it's a bit more solid. Oh yeah, it's a bit better. See how far we get here. Ooh, it's like, it's literally like riding on snow. Getting it right here. So yeah, this is the technically the South Cliff Gardens we're moving into now, and I'm going to stop the bike here so I can show you. So up there was where the Holbeck Hill Hotel used to be, and pretty much all of that there went into a landslide one day, collapsed, and just basically rolled down the hill and wiped that hotel out. It took many days to happen, and I think at the time I was a young lad working in a restaurant over there, and I could see it from the restaurant window, all going on, and it was all over the news. And now they've had to sort of brace the coast with all these rocks to try and stop further landslides. But yeah, that was back in I'm having a guess here, 1992 maybe, something like that. Yeah, a long time ago that. Right, So we're going to head up to the South Cliff Gardens. Got a bit of a climb coming up here. Just have a quick look down here at the coast. It's a brilliant view again. There. Right, big climb of the day. Get the right gear. Right, so we're at the top of Holbeck Hill car park now. We're on our way up to what is the second peak. So yep, that's Scarborough Castle, that's the first peak done. And we're going to head up to there where that radio mast is for the Oliver's Mount, which is the second highest peak in this route. So fortunately, getting to the top of Oliver's Mount is basically just riding a lot of roads. So I'm going to show you what I would say is the more interesting, shorter way. And it's basically head towards the South Cliff Golf Club. And we go up this way. But there's the, on the left here is the South Cliff Golf Club. And on the right is where all of our Scarborough millionaires live. So we're going up to Oliver's Mount. Oliver's Mount is mostly famous for its motorbike racing circuit. One of the only ones in the UK still on the public road. Morning. And yeah, I mean, back in the day, back in my day, famous motorcycle racers such as Barry Sheen used to come here. And I remember my dad used to love coming up here when the races were on. We had a race not so long back actually, a few weeks ago, and sadly one of the racers died. But yeah, it's an infamous track for lots of reasons really, some good, some bad. But as you can tell, it's just a road all the way up here. There's no other way really of getting here. There's a couple of more direct footpaths that come up the steep side of the hill where the monument is up ahead of us. But they are quite steep and they can get quite covered in nettles and things like that, so I wouldn't recommend it. But this is a nice walk all the same. It's a nice ride. But by heck, if you're on normal bike, you're going to be puffing. So we're just coming up on Oliver's in the Mount Cafe, which has a lovely balcony and a conservatory at the back overlooking the bay. And yeah, it is a lovely cafe, that. Worth checking out, although it's not open on race day. You have to close it, because this is part of the race circuit. And here we are at Oliver's Mount. This is a war memorial. And yeah, this is our Scarborough Peak number 2. So yeah, Scarborough Castle just over there in the distance, and you can see right up the coast. I mean, that's going all the way up to Ravenscar up there. You can see, you probably won't be able to see it on the camera, but just on there you can see the Sea Life Centre, which is the north bay. So Scarborough is split by the castle basically. You've got the south bay this side, you go round the headland on Marine Drive, you go to the south, to the north bay, sorry, south bay, north bay. And Scarborough in the middle. And that's the Oliver's Mount. So, we're now heading down from Oliver's Mount. I'm going to head over to the next and last Scarborough Peak, which is at the top of Raincliffe Woods, where there's a broadcast mast. And it's quite a bit of a journey from here to there. And there's a lot of possibilities of routes of how you can get there. And the way I'm going to go, I'm going to take in a little bit of the descent coming through Oliver's Mount Woods. There's some quite good dedicated mountain bike trails here. And then we're going to take in the Scarborough Mere, which again is a nice little detour, go around the mere. Because again, we're not just doing you know, direct point A to B. We're going to take in some slight detours and take in some of the scenery and the surroundings. So if you've seen any of our videos before, I think one of our recent ones was done at what we call Bluebell Woods. I don't know why it's called Bluebell Woods, because there's not many bluebells there, or it's not famous for bluebells, but Bluebell Woods is actually down here, above the Scarborough Mere, and that's where we're going to head. But to get there, what you need to do is go into that field, which we're going to do up there at that bridge, and go down the field to get to it. If you go down there, that road there, that's going to take you directly to the Scarborough Mere. Which again, you know, if you're not doing any sort of off-road mountain biking like we're going to do today, then that's maybe the way you want to go. So from the bridge here, unfortunately you have to lift your bike over the fence, because there's no easy way in. Yeah, just come over to the right hand side of the field here and follow this all the way down. until you get to that green building down here where there's an entrance that lets you into the woods. And that's where we're going to go in. Right, so follow this top line here. Get off camera is this thing, yeah. So go steady. Lots of rooty tooties as they are here. Divert up here, go back onto the field and come down the field a little bit, and it will get us to where we need to be. So back in. You could just carry on down the field if you want, but obviously a little bit more meat on the bones by doing a bit single track like this. A bit more interesting. I've rode this for a while actually, and it's quite nice. Here we are. This is the beginning of Bluebell Woods, and we keep left here, and this is a little trail that was being built about a year or so ago. Carries on through here. Problem is it gets overgrown with nettles. Pretty much round about now, to be honest. In about a month's time, you probably won't get down most of this without getting a nettle sting en route. But all good fun this though. And I said loads of little trails going off as well. This is not just the only trail around here. Now when you get to here, we need to turn left and go up this bank again, so we can get to the top of the course that we call Chips and Curry Sauce, which is here. And we do love a bit of chips and curry sauce. So again, obviously I'm doing a bit of a mountain bike sort of approach to this trail, and this Scarborough Three Peaks route. Now you would miss all this out. So back there where we crossed under the racing bridge, if you just follow the main road down, you get straight down to the Scarborough Mere, which is where we're sort of heading now, but we're taking obviously the mountain bike route. So yeah, this is Bluebell Woods, Chips and Curry Sauce. Nice little jump there. I have the biggest jump in the world. Not my forte. Oh. Although I do like this one. So in here, it gets a bit steep and techy here. I would call this very much a black grade. Yeah, we call it Goodall Corner because this is where our mate Steve Goodall came a cropper once. Today, I'm just going to attempt to walk it, although I suspect I might go on my arse here because it's a bit slippy. But yeah. There's no easy way of doing that, unfortunately. There is bluebells in Bluebell Woods, funny enough. What do you know? Every day's a school day, as they say. Another steep corner. Well, they're all steep corners here, to be fair. But yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Depends what your confidence level's like, skill level. Right, we're now into Bluebell Woods, and you know, I did say earlier that I don't know why it's called Bluebell Woods because there's not many bluebells, but there clearly is lots of bluebells. I'm going to go down here. Yeah, Bluebell Woods is quite a cool little area, actually, local area where some lads are obviously doing a bit of building and stuff. Right. So where we are now, we are down at Scarborough Mere. Scarborough Mere's down there. And we're right at the far end, furthest away from Scarborough. So yeah, we'll drop in here. Get down onto the actual footpath. Yep, Scarborough Mere. So yeah, back in the day this used to be a really popular and lively place for families. There was the cafe, there was bouncy castles, there was rowing boats, canoes, all sorts of things going on, including the Hispaniola boat, the pirate ship, which is actually currently down the beach at the moment and working from the harbour. That used to be originally stationed here. And you used to come down here, put your kids on the boat, they'd go off with the pirates to the centre island and they'd go digging for doubloons. And yeah, an absolutely cornerstone of my childhood really. Used to spend pretty much every week at some point we'd go down to the mere. So, we're coming out of the mere now and we're going to head over towards the Edgehill area, which is where we're going to pick up hopefully a track that'll take us up to the top of the Raincliffe Woods area. What we're going, we're finding Scarborough Lodge Retreats, and basically it's just a caravan park, and we're climbing up through here, and at the back of the caravan park there's probably right away a footpath comes out and it'll nicely take us up to where we need to be without taking in all the town traffic. Keep going up. You see there's a sign at the top of here. It says public footpath. Nicely pointed it out for us. Unfortunately, somebody's locked the gate, so we're going to have to carry the bike over. Right, up here. Not sure which way we go. Head up one and see where that takes us. Right, flattens out a bit here. We might have to walk. Yeah. Yeah, definitely walking then. There's a route up that side there, but I'm not going to try that on today. Right. Right, so a little bit downhill here. This takes us down the side of another campsite and pops us out at the top of Stepney Hill. So that is the biggest portion of the climb done, to be fair. There's still some more to go, but it's a bit more gradual. Right, we're up at Hilltop Farm, top of Stepney Hill, and we're going to take a right-hander here onto public right away. So where we're heading is we're following this tree line up here all the way up until we get to the top of the Raincliffe Woods area, which is the highest peak in this route, and where there's another broadcast mast up there. So only problem is for bikes is you've got a few gates to navigate on the way, and they don't open up, so unfortunately it means you're going to have to handball them over, which is not too bad for a lightweight bike, but as far as an e-bike's concerned, it's going to give you an hernia or something. You can squeeze through here, but it's difficult. Right, let's carry on up here. Another fence. GCHQ down there, mega important to stick to the path and not wander off. Otherwise, yeah, you may disappear. Biking along here, by the way, recommend keeping your mouth shut because there's a lot of flies. And another fence. Yeah. Right, I think that is the last gate we face. So we're not far off the top now. Right, ladies and gents, that was the high point there, where the radio mast is. Not a lot to see there, obviously. There is another option just there where that point is to turn right and go down the hill, and that takes you down to Throxenby Mere. I wouldn't say it's very rideable. There was a lot of boggy ground down there and fallen trees, so it's much more interesting just to travel on a little bit the way I'm going and get to the top of Raincliffe Woods, and here you'll find multiple ways of getting down that hill on the various off-piste trails that have been built here. So this is the top here, top section. Again, that's quite a good easy-ish route the way down, which is what I think we're going to take today. Although there are some other ones as you go along here that takes you along the top of the woods, and there's multiple trails coming off there, including the famous Bubbles, which we've done videos on before if you search for that on our channel. But yeah, today we're going to go down here. But yeah, you could spend 3 or 4 hours in the middle of Raincliffe Woods looking at various trails, or even walking, you know. It's a lovely place to be. So you've got a couple of options here. You can take the High Line on the right hand side, although it's a bit rooty, perfectly doable. Whereas I'm going to go down the gully on the left. So you've got that right hand side there. The gully on the left here is okay. There's a few rocks. It tends to get a bit plovery, but it's not too bad at the moment. It's fairly dryish. But it does get a bit boggy as you get further down. Just here. And you've got an option to go in there, which takes you down, yeah, really nice trail, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm just taking a nice easy ride today, so we're going to take a little bit of an alternative way in, just to miss that thin sketchy bit. Coming down here is a bit of a jump, which we're going to hit. There we go. And another one here. I've got to be careful, don't go too keen. And another one. Bit rooty tooty, perfectly good when it's dry. Right, just a little bit techie there, a little bit of a jump here, and then we're going to go down here into some rooty section. Bit wobbly. And it takes you round. And again, it gets a bit rooty down here. It can be a bit gnarly when it gets wet. Got nice and steady. Put it here. Ooh, a couple of deep ones there. Bit of a leap off. Cross over a little bridge. Same again. And then you're done. Drop down the roots. And you're at Throxenby Mere. Right, from Throxenby Mere, we're going to ride over towards Scalby village, where we're going to pick up a trail that goes down the side of the Scalby Beck. Turn left, and then when you get down as far as the bridge where the Scalby Beck is, that's where we need to come off and get onto the trail next to the beck, which is on the right hand side. Right, let's go down the beck. We're heading down the beck towards Newby, the Newby Farm Estate. I'm going to head straight over and into here. Now this is a little, it's a little footpath. It is marked on a map, but it's very, very faint. It basically follows the outside of this estate. So we're just crossing under the dismantled railway here, which goes from Scarborough all the way up to Whitby. Rode that many times, done many videos on that. on then. So just on your right hand side here is the, I'm sure it's the Northcliffe Golf Club, I could be wrong. So yeah, if we turn left here at the Ivanhoe, this is going to take us directly down to the Sea Life Centre. Now, if you fancy a well-earned pint after doing your 3 peaks, the Scalby Mills here is a good place to stop. Have a pint, enjoy the view. Why not? You can even get fed. This is the Scarborough Mills. And there you can see Scarborough Castle, Marine Drive. We're nearly back where we started. A couple of little spots here to grab an ice cream. Depends what you want. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. At the end of here is where we began. You have completed the Scarborough 3 Peaks. So I'll post on screen details of how long this has been, how long it's taken me, and mileage, etc. And I'll put a GPX in the comments below, so you can download the exact route if you want to try and do the exact same one as I've done. As I say, experiment. Find alternative ways of getting from one peak to the next peak to the next one. It's up to you how you do it. But a brilliant ride out. Here we are, back to the beginning. Well done.